host, just ask your girlfriends and your wives. This is Movies TV Mad, and welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So welcome to another show. Let's hope we have lots of great conversations. There's lots of talking points in the chat. So go, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed, and please support the channel in any way you can. If you like the channel and you want the channel to continue going, I'm having a good time with the channel. It's great. I'm enjoying doing the live videos twice a day. So please keep on coming in and keep the conversation going. Check out my poll. Will Discovery save DC live action? I don't know. I simply do not know anymore. John, evening, my friend. Good evening, John. Siesta directors. Greetings, Mick. Please explain more details about Zaslav asking Toby about why Zack Snyder's arc wasn't finished. My sources, multiple sources, are saying that David Zaslav and Discovery have been asking very deep, searching questions, investigating everything, looking at everything that happened before they took over. So questions are being asked, and that's what I know. They want to know everything. They're talking extensively with Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada. There's a lot of situations. I think it was an elite YouTube channel with the title, There's a Bloodbath at DC. There's a bloodbath at WB over Ezra Miller, over Amber Heard, over the direction they've been going in. Why is this franchise failing? Why is this franchise underachieving? And they know there are huge decisions to be made, and they're making these decisions right now, Siesta Director, because this is no joke. This is serious. Villager, hi, Meg. What's been going on? Same old, my friend. The floor is yours. Give your opinions. Siesta Director, Zaslav is going to change things for sure, especially for us, the paying consumer. Villager, I haven't been up to date because all of this is pissing me off. I don't blame you. It's pissing me off. It should piss off any entertainment fan. Any DC fan shouldn't be happy about this. Philip Stevens. Hello, Philip. Philip Stevens 45. What's up, Mick? Doing well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. The floor is yours. I don't dictate the conversations. You do. You know my my area of expertise. That's why I'm here. That's why I love doing this channel, doing these 2 live shows a day, to talk about entertainment, to talk about DC live action or anything in entertainment that I know about. Now, my interests in entertainment are beyond DC, but I'm a huge DC fan. Henrik, evening, you're all. Good evening, Henrik. We are here to talk entertainment, and entertainment is what we will talk about. Henrik, feeling good today, Mickey, Ricky, Dicky? Get your comments on there. I will answer any questions I can. I will give you my opinions. What are the things that you want to talk about? Seriously, about entertainment. Oh, go away for Christ's sake. I have no idea how I make that go away now. Great, go away. How do I make it go away? Oh, great, I can't read the bloody comments now. Go away. I didn't mean to push it. I didn't mean to touch that. No. It's not going to go away, is it? Right, I'm going to remove a comment, not because you've done anything wrong, but the notification won't go away. Otherwise, I can't see your comments. It's ridiculous, right? Right. Right, sis, right. Sister Director Mick, I really appreciate all the updates you give us, especially daily. I don't know how, but you are on fire. Thank you very much. Henrik, I'm excited about Titans Seasons 4. Even tough, I haven't seen Season 2, just Season 1. Guess I got to watch that show now. Yes, Titans a really good show. Henrik, control, all delete, Mickey. I don't know, you just press something and it doesn't go away. It's just annoying. Basically, technology doesn't work for people. It's just annoying. None of it's logic. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Let's keep the chat going. I know you're itching to kind of feel better about DC live action. Unfortunately, it's been run by absolute idiots, but there's no denying there are big problems, and there's no washing away from that. But apparently they're going to release a Black Adam prequel comic. Let's hope they actually release this prequel comic. They didn't actually have to cancel the Flash comic. They could have staggered the 3 volumes until next June and released the first one on the first day. Akuri, your new camera, 100 HD videos. Just got our Wi-Fi back, so I couldn't watch your past videos. Fair enough, no problem. Thank you. Ashley, me, is haircut happening? Who knows? Who knows? Well, I know there's an event. There's an event that David Ayer is promoting. Is it the end of this month or the end of next month? John, I wish Deathstroke had lasted a bit longer than Season 2 of Titans. Yes, I suppose that was the arc, and then they were done with him. Maybe he'll recur later on. Philip Stevens, 45. Zaslav is cleaning house. Yes, everyone must report to Zaslav. And obviously he's very busy. He's very hands-on. And he wants to make money. And it's very difficult for the DCEU to make real money right now. When you've got people causing problems, when you've got actors embarrassing the company, how do you make money? Philip Stevens, 45. And it's spring break as well, lol. Spring break! Red Panda, Chelsea was extraordinary yesterday. I'm proud of them, even though they did not qualify. And Villarreal is the biggest surprise in the UEFA Champions League in a lot of years. Yes, and they've got a really great manager, Emery. He was driven out of Arsenal by its ungrateful fans, and he's doing well. Chelsea did okay, but unfortunately, they are an elite club with elite players, and they didn't do enough. And really, that isn't the greatest Real Madrid side ever either. Henrik, Easter holidays here. Praise Jesus. Yes, we call it Easter. The Americans have to be different. It's like Thanksgiving. What the fuck is Thanksgiving? John, what did you think of Red Hood in Titans Season 3? Yes, very good. Unlike a lot of people, I actually think Titans is an amazing DC show. And people are always complaining about it. I think DC TV is better than the actual fucking the movie franchise, for sure. Say what you want about Arrowverse, it's a cohesive, connective franchise. And it works for the people it's supposed to work for. Unlike the DCEU, which isn't a franchise in any shape or form. So, of course, David Zaslav's going to come in and ask questions. You understand that. That's, there's no hiding it. We shouldn't know that the franchise that we're supposed to support is an absolutely intolerable mess, but we do. We know everything. It's the era of the internet. Sister Director Zaslav will hold Hamada and Toby accountable for ZS. He's getting to the root of it all. Yeah, well, basically, he's very results-driven. So he wants to make money, understandably. I don't see how the DCEU is going to make the money that he wants. And, of course, if you're talking about spin-offs for these DCEU movies, how can those spin-offs do anything? Let's not forget, they cancelled James Wan's Aquaman spin-off as well. So they delay, they cancel, they announce, and they never do anything. It's, you don't really, it's not rocket science to understand that there are problems here. Delayed movies, delayed prequel comics. A day after they delay a prequel comic, they announce a Black Adam prequel comic. I mean, these people think they're clever. They're trying to distract us. Yeah, we'll chuck them another prequel comic. They'll forget about the one we're not releasing. No, we won't. We're not stupid. You should all be sacked. None of you should be in jobs as of now. WB shouldn't even have the privilege of owning DC. John, do you think they will let Hamada go? They haven't thus far, have they? But yeah, anything's possible, my friend. He wouldn't be there. Emmerich wouldn't be there if it was up to me. But clearly, big business and corporate companies are very complicated. And it's not just an easy thing, just snapping your fingers. But clearly, in my opinion, nothing will progress while Emmerich's there. It's no good. It is simply no good. I mean, he's had his successes, but he's had more failures than successes. He has to explain what happened to Snyder. He has to explain how Margot Robbie's Lucky Chap Productions was in charge of a DCEU movie. He has to explain what happened with Wonder Woman 84. He has to even explain what happened with Justice League, really. I mean, Justice League is literally on streaming services. How embarrassing is that? Who's actually watching that movie? Unless a bunch of sadists. I mean, I tried to watch it the other week for a laugh. I lasted about 5 minutes. So, John, they should let Hamada go. They should. They should let Emmerich go. But unfortunately, all I can see is the same old mess. Fans and consumers want to see action. We want Zaslav and Discovery to understand that they have taken over an absolute mess. The studio needs, fundamental change. Yes, the director, the incompetence of WB still shocks me. Like, wow, yeah, these are professional people, experienced, industry people. And they're making elementary mistakes after mistake. Henrik, digging the new clothes and hat, Mickey, thank you. Elementary mistakes that you and I wouldn't make. We don't even know what we're doing. John, can you give me your thoughts on Moon Knight episode 3? Yes, I did put my point of view on Twitter, but I will tell you what I think. I think it was a very middling, dull episode, very plainly directed. And the big problem for me was that Mark isn't a good character. He's boring. Stephen is a relatable character. And I mean, his wife saying, you need to bring out Stephen. And I'm thinking, for Superman's sake, please bring out Stephen. But when they brought out Stephen, they kind of made him more confident now, which didn't make sense. I really felt it was a really, really poor episode. And basically involving the wife made it worse. So it wasn't a great episode. Henrik, for me, I don't know why we even got Birds of Prey. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Well, I don't mind getting Birds of Prey. And they're great characters, but they were sidelined for Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn to make her statements. It wasn't even done properly. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn should never have been involved with a Birds of Prey movie. They were dressed down. They weren't dressed in their iconic comic book costumes because the director decided it was offensive to women. CR Gaming 26. Hi. Hello. So mess after mess, calamity after calamity, and these people still keep their jobs and keep on producing this same nonsense. It's very important in life to learn from your mistakes. And if you're not learning from your mistakes, there's a problem. And when you're a corporate company, we've got to understand that films and comic books are very important to people, very. Now, these corporate people may not understand that. They may think that's a little bit pathetic and sad. But these are important things to us, and they've been given responsibility. to produce these things. But the entertainment industry all round is in a bad way. Jude the Fourth, they dropped Ezra's complaint. Yeah, it's irrelevant, Jude, though, isn't it, mate? We know what he did. It's out there. People, the public have seen what he's done. It's irrelevant. I'm sure that couple are a lot richer now because they dropped the complaint. Yeah? So dropping the complaint is irrelevant. Oh, I know, they've dropped the complaint. So that means they won't cancel the comic books or delay the comic book, and the movie will be released in November. Wrong! John, they should have had Batgirl in the Birds of Prey movie. Would have made more sense. Jude the Fourth, not for me, Team Ezra. It doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything. It does not change anything, Jude. It's irrelevant. The movie's still delayed. The prequel comic's still delayed. The damage has been done. People will boycott that movie because of what he's done. There's no damage control that can be done here. The director has been gagged. He hasn't said a word about the movie since the delay. So I'm happy that you're happy, Jude. Cool. You can delude yourself that everything in the garden is rosy, but it's not. It's a bloodbath over a WB. And you people living in denial will find out the consequences of all this as we get closer to the upfronts and beyond. David Zaslav has been planning his moves for a year now. This is a business. It's meant to make money. How can these DCEU movies make money when there's no consumer confidence? And they keep on making more and more and more mistakes. They've leaked the entire Flash movie. How can that be a thing? June the 4th, the consequences will be them releasing the Flash in June 2023. We'll see, won't we? Great thing about time, Jude, it reveals everything. Damage is done. Game over. Another flop. One movie where nothing could go wrong was that movie. It's the domino. If you move that one out, there's no multiverse strategy. And there's no confidence in that now. And they've leaked the entire film. They've leaked the entire film. How can you do that? What kind of studio allows that to happen? They leaked the Batman. They allowed it to be leaked. They've got no security. They've got no respect for their creatives. An embarrassment. The consequences will be a flop. But as I say, I'm a patient man with a lot of knowledge about what's going on. And you will see, you will have that knowledge all in due course. June the 4th, you want the Flash to fall so bad. No, I don't. I don't. No. I live in the real world, Jude. I'm not deluded. Unfortunately, Jude, you're living in denial. It's okay. You're biased. And your bias can't, because you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know what's going on in the studio. This is real, Jude. He went into somebody's room and threatened them, threatened his wife. That cannot be denied. And the public know it. There's no going back. There's no propaganda you can put on my chat that changes that. The Demon, who will you side with in the Troller Civil War? I don't know what you're talking about, the Demon. Arnav's Zaslav is a hack. You don't know what you're talking about. John, so it is the DC event on May the 18th, like Fandom? No. It's up front. They announce their plans. They announce what's coming up. Henry, Jude, wake up, enter the real world. Armour, fans are setting themselves up for failure. Well, it depends what kind of fan you are, Amav. That's. I mean, as I say, I know what's going on. So if you are hoping that a certain thing isn't going to happen and you're trying to say it's not going to happen, and you're calling Zaslav a hack. You don't even know the man. You don't even know his history. You're just someone else, right, hiding behind some picture that's not living in the real world, and that's fine. Armour, wake up, Jude. Hey, Jude, don't be afraid. Henrik, WB needs to send Ezra to rehab, make an apology and show that he's a good guy, similar to what Robert Downey Jr. did. He ain't Robert Downey Jr. He's nothing like Robert Downey Jr. He will never apologize. He will never make up for what he's done. He will be hiding away, hoping for the best, until he does something else. And in the end, does something so bad, there will be no hiding. There will be no spin that's possible. This guy's actions are getting worse and worse. But he's protected because he's got Hollywood DNA. Says the director, we are DC fans and only want the best for the Flash. I know it will be good. I'm off. Those are good points, Movies TV Mad. Thank you. The Demon, what is Ezra Miller's greatest sin? Movies TV Mad. Well, listen, I don't know much about sins, and I don't sit in judgment of anyone. I'm talking about the reality of the future of the DCEU and it being damaged. If we removed everyone from Hollywood that was a sinner, there'd be no one left in the fucking town. John, what is the weather like in Cyprus? It's got a bit cooler now, John. 16 Celsius during the day. It gets a bit nippy. Henrik, hey, Jude, why are you not the first, second, third, but the fourth? As I always say in life, I can only advise. I can tell you that this company, Discovery, are not a charity. They're not going to subsidize a franchise that's not reaching its potential. Jude the fourth, because I was born in 1994 and I'm the fourth child. Oh God, there's more of you. Oh, you're the spoilt one. You're the baby. Oh, I understand now. It's always the youngest that are spoiled. Probably used to getting your own way and getting the last word, I think. Isn't that right? Hey, Jude. 94. Henrik, does that mean there's 3 more Judes? Yikes. The Demon, what's your favourite movie? Oh, I've got lots of favourite movies. JFK, Dead Ringers, starring Jeremy Irons. Born on the 4th of July. Casualties of War, starring Michael J. Fox and Sean Penn. I've got lots of favourite movies. This generation has one favourite movie. You can't have a favourite movie. There's so many good movies out there. How can you choose just one? And all these rankings, that's why all these rankings are bullshit. There's so many good things out there. There can't be one good movie. Beautiful. All those films you named are a bit A. Well, it just proves that you've got no appreciation of anything, Jude. Basically, if you think Dead Ringers isn't a good film, if you think Born on the 4th of July isn't a good film, then I don't even know why you're wasting my oxygen. And maybe I shouldn't even respond to your comments and just let you mouth off. Did you ever watch, John, did you ever watch Transformers 1986 animated movie? I did, yeah. Lots of fun. See, the problem is, Jude, people like you are all over the internet with your little hot takes. This is crap, that's crap. I'm a Flash fan, that means there's nothing wrong, there's nothing going on. I'll get my movie because that's what I want. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. You're not at home when you're being spoon-fed and spoiled and getting all the best presents because you're the youngest, right? This is the real world. I don't tolerate spoiled brats. Reno Jack, I vote yeah on ignoring the hot takes. Yeah, because basically people just say stuff they don't mean just to get a reaction. It's boring. It's basic. It's the act of boring people with nothing up here. The guy doesn't even like films. I don't even know what he's doing here. Reno Jacket was kind of funny at first, now it's just annoying. It's just boring. He's just boring. Don't let him think he's annoying you. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. He wants everyone to be talking about him, giving him attention, because he's spoiled, because he's the youngest child. He has got he's suffering with youngest child syndrome. John, I bought the Transformers 1986 animated movie on 4K. Wow, I didn't know you could get it on 4K. Henry, Jude versus Mickey, dawn of movies. Yeah, I'll win every time. No one ain't getting the last word on me, I can assure you that. Jude the Fourth, Henry, classic cinema like La Haine, Little Miss Sunshine, The Green Knight, 1970, Booksmart, 8th Grade, The 400 Blows. Oh, those movies you mentioned. Oh. Sister Director, what do you think of David Ayer also supporting the haircut? Jude, tell me, when were all those films made? Around what years were those films made, Jude? Come on, tell me. Sister Director, what do you think of David Ayer also supporting the haircut? Well, he wants his film to be released, but he's going to have a bit of a hard job, I think. Let's see. It's a difficult one. Jude the Fourth, most of those are around the 2000s, of course. I rest my case. I have nothing further, Your Honour. Take him down. Henrik, all those movies are a bit May. Gone with the Wind, Vivian Leigh, Clark Gable, real films, real fucking films. Not a bunch of bandwagon films that cinephiles on Twitter go on about. Oh, this film is a masterpiece. Oh, that film's a masterpiece. Beautiful Henrik, I'm keeping forgetting that you are a Man United fan, mate. Yeah, I can't forget you're a Chelsea fan. Ah, gutted, you lost. Chelsea, it's going to be a blue day. Bunch of Tory twats. The amount of racism that comes from the Chelsea crowd. Oh my God. Really bad people. Really bad people. They're just as bad as Millwall fans, basically. Jude the Fourth, I'm black, mate. So what? What does that mean? It doesn't mean the rest of your fans are not racist, mate. Henrik, Jude the Fourth, what does that have to do with anything? And I like Arsenal. I'm white. Jude the Fourth, I'm not a racist fan, and I agree. But is Man United any better? Oh, yes, much better. We've won more trophies than you. Siesta Director, I rewatched Godzilla vs. Kong, and the story is bad, but the action is awesome. Let me tell you what's wrong with Godzilla vs. Kong. The humans. I don't care about the fucking human beings. I just want to see King Kong and Godzilla pound 7 tons of shit out of each other. I couldn't give a shit about Millie Bobby fucking Brown. John, can't wait to watch the Batman on digital next week because I never saw it on the cinema. I saw it twice. I saw the test screening and I saw it once in cinemas because some people don't have the bloody time to go and watch films 20 times. So these people complaining that it should still be in movie theatres, up yours. I want to watch it in the comfort of my own home so I can analyse it properly. Beautiful Henry, what's your favourite films besides classic like Sonic and Man of Steel, lol? Yeah, you see, he can't come at me like that, you see. He's going for you, Henrik, because he knows I like old movies. He can't win with me, you see. Well, Man of Steel is a classic, actually. At least it's been released, unlike your little Flash movie that's never going to be released. Never going to happen, Jude. You're never going to see it. DCU, deleted. The Flash movie, deleted. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, deleted. Shazam Fury of the Gods, deleted. Black Adam, deleted. All gone. Harris Selig, Benzema found his partner to buy Chelsea yesterday. Ha ha, Modric embarrassed them. Henry, Jude the Fourth, Man of Steel is so good. Have you bought the Flash prequel comics? Because they're not out. Because it's been delayed or cancelled. John, I will give you my thoughts on the Batman next week after I have watched it. Cool, yeah. I'm going to rewatch it. I'm going to rent it. And then I'm going to do a rewatch review live here with you all sometime next week. Looking forward to that. Maja, so what do you think will happen to DCEU now? Gone. The DCEU is finished. Forget the DCEU. They'll keep Matt Reeves, the Batman universe, obviously. I'm happy to watch what he does. But they will delete the DCEU. Harry Selick, he's not even a Flash fan, huh? Just a blind Ezra fan. Henrik, what are you going to watch? What am I going to watch? We're talking about watching the Batman next week. And doing a review. Check out my poll. Will Discovery save DC live action? Yes, 76%. No, 24%. The best thing, right? You know when you've got a pet that's dying and the vet says we're going to have to put him, her to sleep, right? This is what the DCEU needs. It just needs someone kind and ruthless to say, we have to put this thing to sleep. You'll miss it. You always love the films. Put it to sleep. It's dead. It's finished. The DCEU is fucked. Henry, oh, cool. I think it's so fun for me to rewatch it. Got to wait a bit. Yes, I will do a rewatch review next week. I shall rewatch it. And then after I've watched it, I will come in here, do a live video and talk about my thoughts and feelings properly. Because I can assess a movie better in the comfort of my own home rather than sitting with a bunch of fucking people, you know, chomping popcorn. I know some people are so obsessed with the movie theatre experience. I don't think it's all that. Especially when I've got the best sound system, a really good Dolby Atmos TV. I don't need the cinema. Smash the like button. Please subscribe. Share to the world how awesome I am. Harry Selick fans will protest seeing Aquaman anyway because of a certain abuser. Well, it's problematic. Reno Jack, Matt Hardy on the DCEU. Delete. That's the, what do you call him from Doctor Who? Cyberman. That's it, Cyberman. And talking of Doctor Who, it's pretty obvious that Chris Chibnall was sacked as showrunner and he didn't leave from his own free will. Now, it was mentioned that he was going to quit with Jodie in 2020. Again, I think they were going to sack them. But if they were going to quit, it's because the BBC were trying to make changes to what he was planning. Because the BBC knew He was taking the absolute piss. And he goes, never again. I'm not doing Doctor Who. Mate, good. These people working in the industry are so deluded. It's unbelievable that they think they can run an industry without a customer, without a consumer. That's how dumb these people are. You can't run a shop without annoying customers. You can't have TV and film without your consumer. And it's different today. You need people to be talking about positively what you're doing. And when you're purposely shaving against the grain, it makes it worse. And they're all doing it. I hear them talk about toxic fandoms. They're your customers, you twats. They're your customers. You don't call your customers toxic, whether they're toxic or not. Ratman Buick, Discovery buys Warner Brothers with how many billions? I don't know, mate. I don't care about the figures. I care about them improving the studio and the company. They bought it. They've done the merger. Now it's about seeing what they're going to do. Let's get the chat going. Keep on posting. Keep telling me your thoughts. I'm hoping someone's typing away. John, what are your thoughts on the Doctor Who 50th anniversary episode? What you mean, Day of the Doctor? Yes, I love it. I mean, it was a very interesting build-up to the 50th anniversary. Nobody knew what was being planned. And then we saw that finale, The Name of the Doctor, and that was shocking. I mean, Moffat really pulled it out of the bag, and he must have been there scratching his head what to do. And to introduce John Hurt as, as a past Doctor was shocking, but so amazing. And the Day of the Doctor was great. They did it in 3D. They put it in cinemas. It was good times. Henrik, have you seen Wind River, Mickey? It's a damn good movie set in cold Alaska. Indian girl goes missing, etc. Haven't seen it, unfortunately. Siesta director, once Discovery realizes they can't fix WB, how much would they sell it? Imagine Disney buys them. Well, if they don't fix WB, someone will buy it for very cheap. But I don't think that's going to be the case. They're there to make money. But if they don't make money in a few years, it could be the same. Rackneyberg, Disney will do good, maybe. No, I don't want to get involved with Disney. Jude the Fourth, Henrik, that sounds excellent, mate. What's that film? Oh my God, I forgot who was in it now. With Tim Robbins and a few others. It's got a similar title, and I think Kevin Bacon's in it as well. You know when they actually used to make good films? Henrik, Jude the Fourth. Yeah, Wind River is amazing. This is Movies TV Mad Live. Get in the comments. Have your say. What will Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness give us? Will it be a disappointment? Will it be an epic movie? Why did they do reshoots? Is it another MCU, or are we going to get an MCU this time? Wind River. So yes, the director, Discover versus Disney. Let the streaming wars begin. Rabbit, but I think all the fans want is a great team-up multiverse DC movie rather than solo movie or reboot. The only solo movie fans want is Man of Steel 2. I don't agree, Ratkin. I think people like a great number of variety of things, and that's the problem with audiences today, or somewhat superhero audiences, where they'll say, well, people don't want this. People want variety. People want to see different types of things. Some want to see a franchise that's connective. Some people want to see individual movies. Some people don't even want to watch superhero films. There's a big audience that want different things. Harris Selig, did you see the new ep of Moon Knight? I did, and I wasn't impressed. What did you think, Harris? I explained it on my Twitter today. I compared it to Raiders of the Lost Ark. So we had the wife there, and from the moment she came into it, she just took away the energy. So you got Marion in Raiders of the Lost Ark, played by the fantastic Karen Allen. She's drinking men under the table, right? She punches Indy. She's got something about her. She's great to watch. But this woman is just whiny. And you just think, what are you doing here? What do you actually give to the piece? What's the point of you? And that's just one of the flaws within it. The villain is drab and boring. I agree. Ethan plays him really, really well. Ethan's got great quality. But at the end of the day, there's no great development. I don't care about Mark's marriage. I don't find Mark relatable. I found Stephen relatable. And then when they brought him back in this episode, he wasn't the same Stephen, really. He was more confident from nowhere. Harrison, I think it's the best one so far, personally. Wasn't a big fan of Ep 2. I was a fan. I think both the first episodes were solid. Not the greatest thing ever, but building towards something. This episode was drab and middling and pretty much filler. So, yeah, I wasn't impressed at all. John, one of my favourite movies of the 90s is a movie called Death Becomes Her with Bruce Willis. Yeah, that's a fun one with the ghosts and they got their heads in their arms. Yeah, pretty cool movie, John. And that had a really, really great cast. Really great cast. Again, an out there movie. Everything doesn't have to be the same. These days, everything has to be the same, or kind of movie Twitter loses its shit. It's a bad movie. I've decided it's a bad movie. That's it. That's movie Twitter. Bad movie. Bad movie. It's not the MCU. It's bad. The worst consumption of movies ever. The worst consumers ever. June the 4th, The Lighthouse 2019 beats any of those classic films. It's a very good film, but again, you're just focusing on modern films. You have no knowledge of past films or love of past films. It's just today for you. That's okay. It's a great movie. But there's a lot of great movies in the history of Hollywood and independent cinema and British cinema. Racking Bummit. Batman didn't even cross 1 billion. My personal thinking, Batman was brilliant story-wise, but it's kind of stretched, and endless action made less people to enjoy a movie most. Well, it doesn't have to make $1 billion. Batman versus Superman should have made $2 billion, by the way. Had Batman and Superman in it. It was a sequel. It should have made more money. But the Batman cost $100 million to make. It's made a lot of money. It's done very well. It's going to make even more money in rentals and Blu-rays and pre-orders and HBO Max sponsorships. It's done very, very well. Harris Selling, Jude, you're such a poser, lol. Jude the 4th, taxi driver Goodfellas, who's the knocking at my door from Sir with Love. Did you just look them up? Scott Edwards, what's up? What's up, Scott? How's it going? There's a little film I loved, and I saw it on TV in the afternoon years ago. It's called Simon Birch, and actually, Jim Carrey cameos in the end of it and narrates the beginning of it. It's one of the sweetest, most amazing films I've ever seen. And most of you probably haven't heard of it. It's not just the big films. Any film can be good. Any film can touch you. It doesn't have to be famous. It doesn't have to be elite. It doesn't have to be liked by other people. There are beautiful films out there. It's about enjoyment. It's not about color palettes or how it's directed. It's about how you enjoyed it yourself. Scott Edwards, so how confident are you Melissa will return as Supergirl? 70, 75, I think 75%. June the 4th, I've seen it. Melancholic rubbish. No, the movies you like are rubbish. If the movies I like are rubbish, the movies you like are rubbish, right? They're crap, they're shit, they're worthless because you like them. So they must be crap and they must be worthless. Trill J, what's up? Radio Jack, Simon Birch is a solid feel-good story. What a film. What a film. It's beautiful. I love that film. Oliver Platt was in it as well. I love it. Love it. Brilliant little story. Radmin Bumik, I've told this before. Joker was the same type, but it's an enjoyable, also crossed 1 billion. So much money from DVD sales and rentals. Basically, the Joker made $1 billion, yeah. But the Batman is still successful. Sorry, it's a success. Batman versus Superman wasn't a success. Should have made $2 billion, and it didn't. Great movie, but it didn't make the money. So unfortunately, it's Batman versus Superman that failed and not the Batman. Sister director Mick, since you lived the Hollywood life, why are they so obsessed with pushing agendas? Well, listen, they live in a bubble and they believe because they're famous, they've got to spread the word in what they believe in. And they think they're spreading good. They believe they're good. Even though a lot of them are criminals and they do hideous things to each other, they look to people outside of their bubble and call them out. But they never call them out as long as they're not caught out. So when you're living in a bubble and you're famous and you can get away with doing and saying anything, that's how you're going to act. Trill J, so Mick, I guess David Zaslav is doing positive things for you. Don't know. I hope so. I hope so. I'm not going to say any more than that until things are announced. Reacting Bummick, BVS failed because of Warner Brothers. Doesn't matter why it failed, right? Doesn't matter why it failed. And I've spoken about the many reasons. They marketed it. They lied about the movie. They didn't market it honestly. Yes, they cut half an hour of it, blah, blah, blah. But that film had Batman and Superman in it, right? You can't be calling the Batman a failure when BVS should have targeted $2 billion. It should have made Force Awakens money, No Way Home money. You can't be calling the Batman a flop, then making excuses for BVS, a film I actually like. June Default, finally something we can agree on, Mick. BVS is rubbish. BVS isn't rubbish. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying people shouldn't be calling the Batman a flop when it's not, when we know why you're calling it a flop, because you're a fan of Snyder, and that's great. So am I. Don't call the Batman a flop because you're making a fool out of yourself. Simple as that. It's Batman versus Superman that hit well below its target, not the Batman. I can't stand all this propaganda about the Batman being a failure. It's not. It's not a failure. I'm sorry. It's a massive hit. The director was very forthcoming, very communicative. His communication skills are better than Walter Hamada's. You know, Trill J, Jude, not rubbish, but pushes the dark limit of the characters a bit too much. Says the director, BVS isn't perfect, and it's awesome. Well, nothing's perfect. There's no such thing. Anything made by human hands isn't perfect anyway. This is something else movie Twitter and movie social media must stop saying about perfect movies. There's no perfect movie. But BVS didn't reach the box office it should have done. So these people saying it nearly made $1 billion, not good enough. Radkib, I'm not telling Batman flop. It's a huge hit. I just want to say that Batman should have done more. No Batman, no first film in the Batman franchise has ever made $1 billion. None. Not Batman 89. Not Batman Begins. which fell short of expectations. No first Batman movie in a franchise is ever made as much as the Batman. That's it. Harris said it. They call themselves DC fans, but really they were praying the Batman flop low. It was never going to flop. Matt Reeves has been talking to the fans. He made a great movie. I knew it was going to be a great movie before I saw it. I saw the test screening, and it was beyond anything I expected. June 4th, yes, the Batman killing blokes with guns is my favourite scene. I was waiting for Superman to give up his powers, just like Tom Welling, lol. Deconstruction, eh? Well, Snyder does like deconstructive stories, but his idea in his Snyderverse was to deconstruct to reconstruct. Trill J. Harris, because they felt it flopping, would bring back the Snyderverse. DCEU's finished. The DCE, you can't keep on, listen, you can't keep on cheating on your wife. You can cheat on your wife once or twice. You keep on doing it, she's going to dump you, right? The DCEU is not fit for purpose. It's done. It's finished. And any industry insider should know that. Quit while you're ahead and start again. Start again. Sister Director, I gave a chance to see the Batman, but for me, it's just not my cup of tea. It was okay, but not terrible. Yeah, that's up to you, isn't it? But obviously, the world has spoken and the world has loved it, and that's great. Trill J, Jude, I love Batman in Nightmare scene. It was very good. It just Batman shouldn't have killed until then. Well, this is the point I made as well. In Arrow season 1, Oliver Queen was murdering villains every week, and no one lost their shit. And let's not forget, the Green Arrow of the comics, in the original comics, was a silly, light and fluffy and fun character. And they made him assassinate people every week. Now, it didn't bother me. It was amazing. But it's funny how people's hypocrisy kicks in. John, I hope James Gunn still gets to his DC project. Listen, I don't know. Mate, he probably will. But look, the whole situation is absolutely messy. Children, Green Arrow is an exception. He doesn't really have a no-kill rule. Well, Green Arrow wasn't a killer in the comics, my friend. That's the point. That's the point I'm making. And you're skipping over that. So it was hypocrisy for people to target BVS and Man of Steel, but not mention that Green Arrow, a light and fluffy character in the comics, was murdering people every week. Again, I love those early seasons of Arrow. Fantastic. But I'm making the point, and that can't be skirted over. Siesta Directive. WBD announces the Batman with Ben Affleck. How much would that make? I have no idea. It depends how it's received. Jude DeForth, I wasn't a fan of Arrow either, so I'm not being a hypocrite. The general audience doesn't even care that much about Arrow. No, you say they don't care about Arrow. Arrow season 1 and 2 was great. I'm just making the point about hypocrisy, Jude. And again, you're another one stepping over that issue, so you can skip over it with your propaganda. Reno Jack, everything is not for everyone. Art is subjective, but most of the modern audiences are diluted. Yep, they like diluted stuff. They don't. They just get. They don't want to think about things. Harry Selick, he's killed in the main timeline before, though. Look, let me put it this way: Green Arrow in the 60s, right? Green Arrow in the 60s was a silly character, fun character with a boxing glove arrow, right? With an arrow cave. He was silly. And in the TV show, he was assassinating people every week. I loved it. It was great. Great concept. Loved it. But the hypocrisy of the audience cannot be skirted over, Harris. I'm sorry. Henrik, have you read Green Arrow comics? The early ones, yes. Trill J. And I've watched a lot of documentaries and I've gone to libraries and read up about the character. Trill J. I'm okay when any DC character but Batman killing without a good reason. Well, that's hypocrisy, isn't it, Trill J? Rattling Butler, you skipped my question, did I? What did you ask me then? I'm not gonna go down because then I'll lose all my other comments. But Raki, I apologize for missing your comment. Lucky you didn't pay me for the comment. Just ask me it again. That's the easiest thing. If I skip something, it's by accident. Especially if I'm on one. If I'm on one, when I'm on one, that's it. But this is why you come in for real reaction, real opinion, not the bullshit you get from other content creators. Trill J, not really. Batman is the only one who always says he won't kill. Well, no, Superman says he won't kill. And I've made the point about the Green Arrow comics, Trill J. You're skipping over that to win. You can't win. The hypocrisy of fans targeting Man of Steel and Batman when Green Arrow was assassinating people every week. I'm sorry, you can't dilute that point. Doesn't matter how many times you say the same thing. Harris Selick, it's not though. Not many other characters know Kira is such a huge part of the lore and character like the Batman. Again, Harris, you can keep on repeating yourself. It doesn't matter. Green Arrow in the 60s was a silly character, fun character, and he was killing people every week in the series. Fact. And none of you people went for him because you decided to go for the DC franchise. That's what, because everything in the DCU had to be criticised in the early days, and that's why Snyder was driven off. You can't skip over the fact that Green Arrow, a silly, fun character in a series, was assassinating people every week. Facts. Facts. Trill J, Superman kind of has to kill because he's just playing Peacemaker all day. Would be boring. Trill J, he has a famous no-kill policy. What are you talking about? You're totally lost, my friend. You're lost in your own propagandas. Henrik, I love the early seasons of Arrow and Flash. So good. Yep, agreed. Jude the Fourth, according to Mick, Green Arrow is as popular as Batman love. Here we go. Propaganda, trying to win by making up lies about what I think. No, I didn't say that. I said everyone knew about Arrow. The show was there. People were interested. He was getting record-breaking viewers, Jude. People were watching him assassinate people every week, and nobody said anything. But because it was a bit of fun to attack Snyder and the DCEU, everyone went for that. That's the point, Jude. You can't win with me because I've got facts and you make up lies. That's the difference, my friend. John, which Green Arrow outfit did you prefer? The one from the Arrow series or from Smallville? I think from the Arrow series. Children, I actually love BVS very much. It's one of my favourite DC films. Harry Selick, Batman in the 40s was a killer too. It's not the character fans have come to know. Children, I'm not lost. I just could care less if Superman kills. Is in my mind, he always go dark. There's no such thing as a perfect being. You don't even understand, Superman. You need to stop talking about this. You're just embarrassing yourself, Trill J. Marcus Walker, Batman in BVS was supposed to be an interpretation of Frank Miller's Batman, who has lost his way and has resorted to other more extreme methods of instilling fear into criminals. I agree, Mick. Exactly, Marcus. He was being deconstructed to be reconstructed. But unfortunately, some people just don't get it. Reno Jack, Batfleck in BVS is based on Frank Miller's take, who is a jaded and older version and does kill and wield guns. Jude the Fourth, Snyder has more problems than simply allowing Batman to kill. He thought actually had Superman kill Zod. I'm not even a fan, but I know that's not this way. Trill J, doesn't anyone in here think I'm embarrassing myself? Please let me know. Yes, because you're saying Superman kills. You're saying Superman kills. What are you talking about? If Superman didn't kill, he'd be boring. What are you talking about, Trill J? Of course you're embarrassing yourself. You're trying to win from a deluded point from the beginning. And because I keep on throwing facts at you, you're saying, I don't care about Superman. I only care about Batman. That's hypocrisy, Trill J. Hypocrisy. Rakim Booming. Will Suicide Squad will be in the Flash movie? I have no idea. Jude the Fourth. No, Trill J, you are right on the money. Yeah, you would say that. Yeah, that's the last person you should be paying any attention to. Trill J, I said okay with Superman killing. I never said he kills. So, but I don't understand. It's hypocrisy. You're trying to... Basically, I made a great point about Arrow, right? And how everyone went for the DCEU because there was killing there, right? But Arrow was assassinating people every week, which I didn't mind personally. And I'm talking about the hypocrisy. And because I said that, you keep on digging yourself a little hole and you can't admit that you're wrong. Georgia, I said I'm okay with someone killing. I never said he kills. So end of conversation. I won. You lot lost. Sorry, that's life. Harris Selick, Batman should never kill. Bottom line, can't compare it to a character that's never really had to kill raw explode. Yes, I can, right? A silly character who didn't kill in his early days was killing people every week. Harris, forget it. Forget it. You can't win this. It's over. I made a good comparison, and it shows the hypocrisy of some of you people in modern day entertainment conversation, and I won my point, and that's it. And you lot keep on repeating yourselves because you can't handle it. You can't handle it because I've exposed your hypocrisy. That's the problem. Jude the Fourth, Triljo 1-0. Sorry, Jude. No one beats me, son. Sorry, mate. Triljo, Green Arrow literally has a bow, an arrow, and the guy is going to kill Lol. Oh, right, like he did in the 60s. Not, as I've just explained. You can't win, Trill J. I've made the comparison. Forget it. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. I won't respond to your chats. End of story. I've proved my point. End of story. Marcus Walker, and we learned down Zach's storyboards for JR3. Batman would make the ultimate sacrifice and achieve redemption in the eyes of the citizens of Gotham, leading the art full circle. Harry Selick, you didn't thought. Yes, I did. I made a comparison, Harris, look, I'm just going to ignore you because you've lost. You can't handle it. End of story. Harris said, mate, you're claiming your own victory instead of having a conversation. I've just had a conversation. Let me speak slowly to you because I know some of you people don't understand words. I made a comparison about Arrow assassinating people every week and people going in on Snyder about Batman killing and no one saying anything about Arrow. Do you understand? I am not going to respond to you anymore because you can't handle it. I've made a good comparison and you can't handle it. Over. Jude the Fourth, I'm having a conversation, but you can't handle it because I made a good comparison and you don't like the comparison because I've made hypocrites of people who attack Snyder for Batman killing. And you can't fucking take it. That's the point I'm making. Jude the Fourth, Harry Selick. For once, I agree with the Man United fan. Thank you. I've made a good effing comparison. And because it shows your hypocrisy for attacking Snyder for Batman killing and no one's saying about Arrow assassinating people every week, you failed this silly and none of you said anything. But because you hate Snyder and you didn't like the interesting stuff he was doing about Batman, you don't like it. I'm having a conversation. I'm having the conversation. But you don't like what the conversation is. So you're twisting it. Jude the Fourth, lol, you fell right into it. Reno Jack, viewers want instant gratification, can't handle when characters are introduced with room to grow. They are one thing and think that defines the entire art. What do you expect from the MCU generation? What do you expect? Woo! Woo! Wow, wow. And I hate it. This is why I don't do this on Twitter. Have these little debates that go around in circles. And I took the bait here because this is what people do. I normally just mute the fuckers because they can't handle it. Trill J, I'm not tripping over Snyder having Batman killed. I just feel he shouldn't have killed until Superman went dark. If I was Gordon, the GCPD would no longer... Yeah, but Gotham's fucked. You need Batman. You're not going to have that choice, are you? Batman is the only hope that the GCPD have got. That's the only person Gordon can literally trust because everyone's corrupt in the GCPD. You failed this city. Next episode, you failed this city. You failed this city. Oh, here's the classic. Here's the classic. Harry Selick, Snyder doesn't understand Batman. Oh, God. Oh, God. God. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear. There's not much to understand. He's just a fictional character. That's just Snyder's interpretation of the character. You're saying that because you don't like his interpretation. Jude the Fourth, Harry Selick, facts. Trill J, not really. You could just call other members like Barry to handle it. It's just some people are too corrupt in Gotham to think. Anyway, I'm not carrying on. It's boring. Smash the like button, everyone. If nothing else, I'm entertaining you. Wow. Fucking hell, man. Jesus. He could just call Barry. Because Barry's got nothing better to do but help out with Gotham, yeah. And this is the thing as well. It's like when everyone bores on about the Dark Knight and how better it is. And everyone just wants the same Joker as Heath Ledger. Everyone wants the Dark Knight because they've got no imagination and no variety in their brains. Jude DeFault, since you love the CW shows, I reckon you will like Miss Marvel TV show. It's up your alley. I'm not obsessed with the CW shows. There's some things from that era, those early Arrowverse seasons, that I do like, by the way. Marcus Walker, I think Snyder implied Gordon disagrees strongly with Bruce's methods, and it explains Gordon's absence in BVS, and we only see him call Batman when a larger alien threat, Steppenwolf, emerges. You know what? We should have seen Gordon's reaction in that film. And this is the problem with Snyder. I will say this. Snyder seems to explain most of the problem, things that we don't understand on Vero, instead of putting them in his films. That's one thing that he could be doing better. But yeah, it's a nitpick, isn't it? You would expect, Gordon to be in a Batman v Superman movie, but who knows? I mean, Jimmy Olsen was a CIA bloody agent, and what can I say? Jonathan Kent is the Fortress of Solitude. What can I say? He ain't perfect. I don't agree with everything that he does. But the hate for BVS because Batman's got a gun and he kills is ridiculous. Bat Super. Hello there. Hello, Bat Super. Trill J, the Dark Knight is definitely not the best Batman from anyone anymore. Joker killing Rachel is killed, but it doesn't matter. She's not from the comics. It could have just been Vicky Vale or Selena Kyle. This is Movies TV Mad Live. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask all your girlfriends and wives who have enjoyed the pleasure of my most. This is live. We've got 14 viewers, 9 likes. We have got a poll. Will Discovery save the DC live action universe? Probably not. Yes, 79%. No, 21%. You have failed this city. Imagine if there was a Batman TV show every week where he was killing people. And all these bitches that were moaning about Snyder's DCEU, that's the reason the DCEU is in such a mess. Philip Stevens 45, I love Zach. He's one of my top directors of all time, but yeah, he isn't perfect. Some of my nitpicks are Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, Ezra Miller as Barry. I just don't like them as those two characters. I wouldn't have chosen Jesse, but I think his Lex is pretty unique and interesting. And Lex hating Superman is directly from the comics anyway. Jude DeFault, it would be rubbish, just like Arrow, Harris Selick wouldn't be Batman, lol. Wouldn't be Batman killing people. Wouldn't be Green Arrow, who wasn't killing people when his comics first came out. Yeah, that's the comparison. The right comparison I made. Children, in my opinion, I can make an argument Snyder's art for Batman is better than Nolan's. Nolan made Batman go away from Gotham for 8 years. Batman would never. Bat Super, Harris Selick, Zack Snyder does understand Batman. Otherwise, he couldn't have portrayed him the way he did. He intentionally did something different with Batman, but some they can't get their heads around it. They can't get their heads around it. You know, it is what it is for them. That's it. That's the language they know. Trill J, Jesse was a good Lex, to be honest. I think so. Harry Selleck, name me a comic where Green Arrow no kill rule is explained. Lol, such a flawed comparison. No, it's not, because we're not talking about a no kill policy being explained. I'll say it one more time. Then I ignore you and I ignore your ignorance, right? Because you can't take it because you're wrong. You're wrong. He was a silly, friendly character that didn't kill, right? Right? That's the point I'm making. And on the Arrow show, he was murdering people every week. And because of people like yours hypocrisy, none of you went in on it. But when it's Snyder and Batman, it's different. Again, I've won the conversation, Harris. It's over. No, Harris, I don't have to. Right, that's it, Harris. Goodbye. Not talking to you. No point. No point. No point. If you're going to be a twat, mate, don't talk to me. That's it. It's the end. My conversation, my comparison with Arrow was right. It was a good comparison. End of story. Talk to yourself. Marcus Walker, if BVS was presented as else was Black Label story, then this ridiculous discourse would have wrapped up years ago. That's what they should have done. But they didn't. Trill J, Wonder Woman is a warrior, so her killing as well. Jude Default, Trill J, I wouldn't put it aside, Snyder lol. Philip Stevens, 45. Yeah, keep on talking, Harris. You're just going to get ignored. Phillips 45. At Trill J, that's also really dark take as well as Batman killing in BVS. We all know Batman in the comics wouldn't go away for that long, but the Dark Knight, he just went in a dark place. Get it, Dark Knight, dark place? Bat Super, I like the way Lex was more of a tech billionaire nerd. It makes sense in modern times. Reno Jack, I love the Nolan trilogy, but it still has many movie tropes. The character of Rachel was completely shoehorned in, my opinion. Yeah, I agree. And then they found a way to make her relevant by killing her. Marcus Walker, this makes me want to watch BVS. Yeah, me too. I only watched it recently, actually. Trill J, Philip, I love the film so much, but bruh, Batman gone for 8 years and letting himself take the blame for killing those people. Nah. Well, it was supposed to be a sacrifice. Jude the Fourth, all the bad DC films have director's cuts. John, what did you think of Two-Face design in The Dark Knight? It was pretty frightening, wasn't it? It looked great, though. Philip Stevens, 45, Batman leaving a crime mark for 8 years in The Dark Knight Rises lets us all know he's still human, which people forget sometimes. I mean, it's an interesting point that he did just leave, but I don't know. And I thought at the end of The Dark Knight, that wasn't really the idea. I just thought he was going to be on the run from the police and still do his thing, like catching criminals. Bat suits, Bruce Wayne should have jumped up and down. The coach yelling, I'm in love with Rachel Dawes. Trill J, Snyder's sacrifice is better. I'd rather sacrifice to kill Dark Superman than take the blame for killing Batman. Would have just let the truth be heard and continue his mission for Gotham. Bracken Boomick, BVS was second movie of the DC universe. Then why are you talking like WB that it should have made $2 billion? What first MCU movies? You're comparing Batman with BVS. The Batman used Dark Knight for promote. Right. Let me listen again. Let me explain to you slowly so you understand. Batman versus Superman had Batman and Superman in it. Two of the most iconic characters in fiction, right? It should have made $2 billion. They wanted it to make $2 billion, not under $1 billion. I'm sorry, You make your little points about second movie. What's that got to do with anything? It's the second movie. It's got Batman and Superman in it. It should be making $2 billion. What are you talking about? Jude the Fourth, Harry Selick, do come after me, mate, lol. Not after the beating you took from Man of Steel. Trill J, BBS had over 100 million views on its trailers. It should have made 2 billion, bro. Why didn't it? Why didn't it? Because of the deconstruction, because they marketed it dishonestly. There's so many different reasons why that. I like the film, but it shouldn't be in a mainstream DC Extended Universe, for sure. So let's not pretend. A Batman and a Superman movie should be one of the most successful movies ever. The studio allowed Snyder to run away with it. They cut half an hour of his film. They got scared. They marketed it, pretended it was a popcorn chomping fight movie between Batman and Superman. Multiple mistakes made. John, I thought Two-Face design looked great in The Dark Knight, but I did not like that they killed him at the end of the movie. I didn't like him being killed. I didn't like Zod being killed. These are characters that should come back. But Nolan was trying to tell a story, and that's why he killed him off. Racking Boomer, mate. Many didn't understand BVS. That's why it didn't make billions. It isn't that complicated. They didn't like it. Jude the Fourth, Harris Selick. Sorry, Harris, I read the message. You were agreeing with me. My apologies. Trill J, in my opinion, DC fans should have just supported the films and not want everything out of a comic. Yeah, that's the problem with comic book films. Everyone wants things copy and pasted. And that's the problem. So they don't like a creator, stepping outside of the box and doing something a little bit different. Says the director, it's amazing how after all these years we're still talking good or bad about BVS. That says a lot and made an impact for life. That's what Zach said. He doesn't care if you shit on the film or you love the film. You're talking about it. And that's why Snyder makes these kind of films. He fucking loves it. He's winning. Whatever you're saying about the movie, he's winning. He wants the discourse. He wants these discussions. Racking Booming. What I loved in BVS most, that was the politics on Superman and Lex Luthor's plan. Yep, it's a great movie. No question about that, in my opinion. Philip Stevens with Mick. Even though Nolan verse is supposed to be grounded, could you imagine what the hype would be if everything that happened in BVS with the invasion happened in the Nolan verse? Yeah. Harris Selick, the box office surely isn't winning. Well, again, Harris, because I don't really particularly want to talk to you because you're trying to wind me up on purpose, and I'll just delete you from the chat in a minute. But anyway, I'll reply to you because I mistakenly mistook you for a decent human being. I wasn't talking about the box office. I was talking about Snyder likes to trigger people. Snyder likes the discourse. So that's why he's winning in those terms. Snyder doesn't care about box office. He's an artist. He cares about the art, Harris. You care about the box office and you haven't even got shares in WB. You care about the box office more than he does. John, I think Matt Reeves would make Two-Face really scary when he's made the Joker hideous, hasn't it? See, this is what these people do, these propaganda merchants. You say one thing and they basically lie about what you've said just so they can one-up you. Pathetic people. Rackman, then in your opinion, Justice League should have made $6 billion. Another twat. Another absolute twat. When did I say that? See what I mean? They lie. They lie about what you've said. No, right? But a Justice League movie should be making another $2 billion. Yes, that is good. So you're just trying to, you see, they can't handle it. When you come up with a good point, they can't handle it. So they keep on digging and digging and digging. You lost, Rap Tim. You lost. You tried to say something about the Batman. It didn't work. And you've been trying to dig your way around that Batman versus Superman made good money when it didn't. Get over it. It's okay to be wrong. I've said that myself many times on this channel. When I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong. But you people can't handle it because you're spoiled little brats used to getting your own way. Not here, not with me. because I don't need you. I'm not making money from this channel. I'm doing it. I'm on this channel from my own fucking vanity because I like the sound of my own voice. So I couldn't give a shit if I do videos talking to myself. Bat Super, I think Superman could only have worked in the Nolanverse if he was nerfed down to the power level he had in 1939. And even then, I'm not sure it would work in that realistic universe. Or maybe it could work like that. I like the fact that Superman was leaping from skyscraper to skyscraper and wasn't flying at first. In fact, Snyder had him jumping at first before he flied in Man of Steel. Philip Stevens, how much do you think the Dark Knight versus Superman Nolanverse would make at the box office? I think it would be the highest grossing CBM of all time. If Bale and Cavill were in the BVS movie instead of Affleck, and it was done properly, and Nolan and Goya were involved in that movie because they did a great job with Man of Steel mostly, right? And Man of Steel even finished with a nice, smiley, happy ending, by the way. And then it became something else, right? So, yes, that team up would have made a lot of money. Trilogy, Justice League should have made $1 billion. Well, at least $1 billion. That still wouldn't be enough for the studio, though. Says the director, I rewatched I Am a Legend and noticed the Easter egg of BVS back then. That was cool. Imagine if we never got Zack Snyder, what we would have gotten. Glad we got Zack Snyder to give us what we have. Exactly. Exactly. I love it. Nobody else has to love it. I love it. I'm just pointing out it didn't make good money for the studio. But don't come on here talking about the Batman not making $1 billion and then trying to create some propaganda that Batman versus Superman did okay and then making excuses. I can like something, but I can also go in the other direction about it. Philistines 45, I'm a Legend is an amazing film. Sucks they're going to ruin it with a sequel. Yeah, well, they ruin everything these days, don't they? That's their art. They've got no talent anymore, but they'll ruin great stuff. Luckily, they can't ruin the movies we've just seen. Racking booking. Box office matters. Also, it's an aspect also because we all know Man of Steel was great, but for low profit, we are not getting Man of Steel 2. I'm sure Man of Steel 2 will make more profit. Yeah, maybe. Yes, but BVS didn't make a profit. Ahmed Hickow. Hey, movies, TV man, let's flash talk. Okay. Trill J. Nolan cannot direct much action. He has good chase scenes, though, in my opinion, Bale's Batman wouldn't survive in Pattinson's or Batfleck's Gotham. The actual Gotham, sorry, not sorry. Jude the 4th, if we never gotten Zack Snyder, we wouldn't have gotten this mess. The only thing that I will praise Snyder for is casting Ezra Miller as Flash. It's not even worth responding, is it? It's not even worth it. It's like a programmed robot. They know what they know, and that's it. They know what they know, and that's it. I just said what I just said to you. Yeah, you just made a valid point, but I'm just going to keep on going. I am a robot. I am a robot. And that's all you get. That's all you get. That is social media. Edward Hickow, how do you think Discovery and Zaslav will deal with Ezra Miller's situation? Well, I hope ruthlessly. Listen, I like Ezra. I think, even though I wouldn't have cast him as the Flash, I think he's done a really good job, especially in the Snyder Cut. But it's a big problem. So they're going to have to tackle the situation. Children, Jude, no WB, simply throwing up your opinion. Rathbig, you're not doing conversation. You're just simply throwing up your opinion to all. Again, Rathbig, I've had a conversation with you. You tried to say the Batman didn't make $1 billion and it failed. You did. You denied that, but that's what you tried to do. Then you tried to be defensive about BVS not making a profit. That is a conversation, and you kept on going after that conversation and going because you didn't like the facts I gave you. That is a conversation. I won the debate because that's what it was. You can't handle it, so you keep on twisting the narrative, and you can keep on going. I can go all night. And when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I will admit I'm wrong. And I always say there's nothing wrong with being wrong, right, or making a mistake. But you are digging yourself a hole, and you can't dig yourself out of it. So you keep on going like a robot. I'm just going to say what I keep on saying and keep on hoping I wear you down. You won't wear this fucker down, son. Marcus Walker, no. Oh, God. I've lost half the comments. Phyllis Stevens 45. I'm afraid of MOS 2 because it possibly could end up being Wonder Woman 84 type of deal, lol. Ragging, but I love Batman, but all I wanted that Ben Affleck Batman should have more enjoyable and profitable. Everybody knows that. Do they? I don't know you. Phyllis Stevens 45. CS supposedly. Trilogy MOS 2 would never be Wonder Woman 84. Henrik, Ahmed Hikka, he won. Chill your ass out. Mickey, don't stop, baby. I won't. Philistines 45, Trilogy. It all depends on who's directing us too. Exactly, and what the film is. How do you know? Unless Patty Jenkins is making MOS 2, why would it be like Wonder Woman 84? But you're right, these bunch of twats, this company, WB, are involved. You can't exactly trust them, can you? Rabbi, why are you entering BVS in every single comment I'm giving? That's the conversation we were having. I'm sorry, I speak English. I don't know what language you speak. Oh, he just called me a jerk. Listen, look, he just called me. You see, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. You're the jerk who didn't understand the masterpiece. I like Batman versus Superman. You simply can't understand English. Can't handle losing, can you? Oh, now listen to this. This is so funny. Henrik, I'd rather want John Campbell directing MOS 2 than paying Wayne Kings. Trilogy, Philip Zack Snyder, duh. It's his film. Racking Bibby, go check BVS. Look, now he's talking about the BVS DVD sales and rentals. We're talking about the box office. We're not talking about that. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Admin Hicko, do you agree with the idea of recasting The Flash? If they recast The Flash, then I'll support that decision. If they decide to keep him, I'll support that decision. But they must do something. But stop delaying stuff. Stop cancelling stuff. It's annoying. Yes, Batman, but you tried to insinuate that the Batman didn't make $1 billion. You know what you were doing. You didn't like it because I said Batman versus Superman. You see what it's like when you say about one thing and then I say about something you love. It's not as comfortable then, is it? Rackman, Trilogy, how all want another man to direct Snyder's film? What the fuck? Rakim, you lose. Rakim, hypocrisy. I never lose, mate. I'll never lose. That's why you're going red with anger right now, because you can't handle it. You're probably another one who's the youngest in the family, always gets the sweets and the lollipops he asks for. You're like that guy in Harry Potter. You know, the kid, where, you know, the family that keep Harry under the stairs. And he gets upset because he got 36 presents this year instead of 37. Beautiful. I can't believe we live in a world where Captain Marvel made more than Batman and Superman film, lol. That tells you what Superman isn't that popular to general audiences. I'm not getting into it. Ronnie Dodd, what's up, peeps? Hello, Ronnie. Harry, say it. Here we go. Right, I'm not going to read that. Philip Stevens, 45. MOS was with the DCEU, The Incredible Hulk. It was dark and misunderstood. It may never get a proper sequel. The Incredible Hulk has been shot on by MCU purists. But hey, and I love Mark Ruffalo, sadly. The Incredible Hulk was a great movie. The Mark Ruffalo Hulk, apart from in the first Avengers, is shite. Rocky Booker, I ignore man, you can't win the Batman over Batfleck, Batman solo movie. This guy just won't give up, will he? I mean, I pulled his pants down and he's still literally going on. Talk to yourself. There's another one I'm going to ignore. Bat Super, a woman on Twitter said she didn't like Nolan as a human because he made Tenet. And then a guy agreed with her and said he no longer wants to watch Dark Knight trilogy. I think he was just trying to get his end away, wasn't he? Trilogy. Jude the Fourth. Movie came out right before Endgame. Of course, it was going to make 1 billion. Reno Jack, can we all agree that The Incredibles is a great superhero film? Yup. Where are we? Ronnie Judge, have you seen Black Adam is getting a prequel comic as well? The Flash prequel comic's been delayed. Let's hope we actually get this one, Ronnie? Trilogy, you all got to learn how hype for movies work. Oh, sorry, Trilogy. Jude the Fourth, Harris Selick, I told you what, Harris, because we both hate BVS. I will not for one Man United game this year. Marcus Walker, BVS failed because of the marketing misinformed word of mouth and his placement as a second film in a franchise still taking baby steps. But it's about super. I looked on his profile and he had tweeted that Zack Snyder stole over substance and just chumps out bad movies. I was not surprised to see that attitude based on what he replied to that woman. Henry, Ronnie Dodge, there are some silly people in the chat today. Trilogy, Rakim, Batman is the best Batman film, but chill, bro, lol. You're not telling me to chill, are you, on my own channel? You're not telling me what to do on my own channel. Surely I didn't mishear that. John, do you think Edward Norton could cameo in Doctor Strange 2? Probably not. Him and Kevin Feige are like mortal enemies. Reno Jack, Trilogy, fist bump, never. Phil Stevens, 45, Harris, why is it that it's always the anime fandom that crap on Zack Snyder's, hence your profile pic? It's all about making your points well, speaking your facts, and then moving on. But these people can't move on because they have to win. Jude the Fourth, one, Bake Keaton comes back in a flash. The Batman hype will die down. Respect your elders, lol. Trilogy, Reno. Ronnie Judge, I have a theory in Wonder Woman 3, Dinah will retire and pass the mantle on to Nubia or Donna. Maybe, yeah. That's what I thought that, what's her name? Rachel Ziegler. I thought Rachel Ziegler was playing one of those characters. So who knows? But from the spoilers, we've been spotted with that film because it's been leaked. It doesn't look like it. Wow, we've had some propaganda merchants in here tonight, haven't we? Wow. They're like robots. It's like they're programmed. Anyway, it's good that I put them right. Trilogy, Jude, in my opinion, Keaton won't be much in that suit. He's a bit old. Batman is the man right now. I still watch because it's Batman and also Flash first movie. Philip Stevens, she'll probably pass it to Nubia just because she's black, and Nubia will be a new Wonder Woman. Lol. John, is Lydia Carter going to be in Wonder Woman 3? I think Linda Carter will be involved in the film, yeah. I think she's about the same age as Michael Keaton, by the way. Trilogy, also, thank you, Barry Allen, for the new universe. We love you. Hope you're well after Flashpoint. Lol. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, will be interesting what news Gowan Patty will give us in the article. Yes, it is. Let's see if it's something huge or something small. Clearly, this Forbes guy wants us to read the article. But Man of Steel also made not that much of money. Yes, I know. But we can't deny that Man of Steel is a masterpiece. I'm not denying that. Like that BVS is also, the Batman movie was also very good. I'm talking about improvement. Yes, but a lot of people think that Batman is also a masterpiece that doesn't need improving. Ronnie Dodgy, I forgot that Asteria is in the third Wonder Woman trilogy. Jude, I just want to see DC thrive with good films. Well, don't talk to Jude about good films. He wouldn't know a good film if he knocked on his door and said, "Hello, I'm a good film." Jude the Fourth, Man of Steel, a masterpiece. In what multiverse? Earth negative. Told you. I just made the right point now, didn't I? I'm going to have to think in future if I'm just not just going to get rid of certain propaganda merchants out of my chat as soon as I come in. I'll think about it for tomorrow. Ronnie George, if Forbes gets an exclusive on Wonder Woman 3, that deadline, that's quite good. Very. Red Panda, I rewatched Daredevil season 1 and it's amazing. It's incredible how good it is for a Marvel property. The plot, the action, those long shots, and the cinematography, yeah, it never got better than season 1. Rakim, Bunik, Batman should have made more enjoyable with including that dark story. Man of Steel also has a dark story, but it's so enjoyable. And Wonder Woman also. Henrik, Jude the Fourth, go to bed. The fourth poo. Trill J, nah, Man of Steel is definitely a masterpiece that had the world talking. Ronnie Dodge, Mick, have you seen the rest of Peacemaker yet? I haven't, no. Because I can only watch it illegally, and I don't want to do that. Jude the Fourth, I love your channel, mate. It's just banter, despite you being a Man United fan, lol. Well, thank you, Jude. Thank you. Marcus Walker, you're not really the one who's annoyed me. Marcus Walker, Man of Steel is a masterpiece on every sense of the word. Pure, unfiltered direction version. And as I said, this is what I don't do on Twitter. If I make my point and someone else makes their point and then we're going around in circles, I just mute them. So, and I don't normally do it. But when you're in these conversations, you're the host and you're supposed to be reading people's comments out. It's difficult. But people just can't handle when you've said something. You made a comparison. That's it. But they keep on going on and on and on and on. That's the problem. So I can't read. The mood I'm in now, I can't read that person's comments anymore because he took the piss. Marcus Walker, Man of Steel is a masterpiece on every sense of the word, a pure, unfiltered director's vision. Henrik, I remember when there was lots of noise when Superman and Lois hang out in the bathtub. Could there be a scene with Keaton and Linda as Wonder Woman and Batman? Grace Randolph said it. Well, if Grace Randolph said it, it must be true. Trill J, anyway, put Henry Cavill in Pattinson's universe. Never going to happen. Reno Jack, everything is not for everyone. It's simple, right? Philip Stevens, 45. Trill J, hell nah. Ronnie Dodge, what's wrong being a United fan? We just nicked one of the hottest managers on the market. And Steve McLaren said he's like another Sir Alex, which we need. Let's hope so. Let's hope this is not another false dawn. I hope he does a good job. I don't know much about him apart from his stats and his trophies, which is great. But there's so much work to be done. And people are going to have to give him a very long time. Trill J, Philip P. Philip, why not at least he won't go dark and be Man of Tomorrow Soups? And it was a good thing I was saying. I was saying that people went into Snyder for Batman killing. And I made the comparison about Arrow, about him killing every week. It was a fucking good comparison. It doesn't matter that he didn't have an official no-kill policy. He was a simple, silly character for years, in his early years, and then they had him assassinating people every week, which I didn't mind. I made that point. I was talking about the hypocrisy of fans, not going in for that, not being angry about that, but being angry about Batman killing. That was the point I was making. And this person went round and round and round in circles. That's why I got annoyed, because there's no need for it. I gave my opinion, you gave yours, but it went on and it went on and it went on. It's like the programming was hot wiring or something. Henrik, what makes you angry, Mickey? Oh, so many things. Trill J, Philip, why not at least he won't go dark? Oh no, read that. Beautiful. Do you want to know the difference between Chelsea and Man United? Chelsea won their game, lol. Yes, and Manchester United have won multiple FA Cups, more Champions Leagues than you, beat you in a European Champions League final as well. Ronnie Dodge, he needs time, and his Ajax squad only lost 15 goals in the whole season, which United let in within 5 games, I know. Talk about a hard job. Trill J, Pattinson, Bruce, and Cavill Soups are similar. They can pull each... Yes, I know what you're saying, but it's never going to happen. Similar, they can pull each other from killing and besties, like in the comics. Ronnie Dodge, not last night they didn't, did they, Chelsea? Yeah, did they win the game? He's trying to say they won the game but got knocked out. Philip Stevens, 45. Philip Stevens. Oh, I'm losing it. Philip Stevens, 45. Matt Reeves' universe just don't seem like Superman would even exist. I wouldn't say that. He could bring in his own Superman. I don't know why, but he just doesn't. How Dracula existed in Matt's universe would fit more than Supes. No, because I think people are going over the top about it being a horror movie. I think a version of Supes could work there for sure. Never dismiss anything in the entertainment industry. John, is there anything that you don't like about Zack Snyder's Justice League? Yes. I think doing a Superman rebirth story in a Justice League movie which makes Superman have such little time is not a clever idea. And they should have waited. Because it was, I know the idea is that Justice League is built because of Superman's sacrifice, but ultimately we barely got no Superman. You can't do a rebirth story for Superman or for any character in a Justice League movie. Red Panda. In the beginning of the Batman, when Batman beats the guy and gets up with raining pouring down on his face, is clearly inspired by some Daredevil shots. I love when the good things are passed on. Henrik, I think Titans got some good lore, really existed about the Vampire Blood Church in Titans Season 4. C.S. the director, in the real world, if a hero like Batman was real, he would definitely kill because things happen that can't be prevented. Good point. Running Dodge. Patty did say after Wonder Woman 84 that the third movie was about justice. So either her mother gets killed and she gets all ape shit, which I would love. Yes, that would be good, Ronnie. Jude the Fourth. Ironically, Brightburn is the best Superman film in the last decade. A movie that Superman isn't even in. Reno Jack. Red Panda. The part of the scene is hard as fuck. Marcus Walker. Does Zaslav rank higher than the likes of Emmerich? Absolutely. He's the CEO of the whole company. Can he overrule them? Yes, of course he can. He's the boss. Henrik. Jude the Fourth. You're having a laugh, mate. Trio J. CS the director. Not really. He just wouldn't be fighting large crowds of people. He can't just stay in the shadows, not get involved with cops, but go out every night stopping small crimes. Why would he do that? Why would he ignore some people being hurt and not others? Sorry, Trio J, it doesn't make sense. Basically, he's making the point in the real world he probably would have to kill. And I think that's actually a valid statement. Jude the Fourth, Henrik. No, I'm serious. Yes, we know you are. Ronnie Dodge. Emmerich has to report to David Zaslav. Yes, everyone does. How long he'll be reporting for David Zaslav, that's another thing. Henrik, is there a superhero show you would recommend, Mickey Papa, besides Smallville? Actually, no. Smallville is the Don. Smallville's amazing. I mean, the Heroes TV show in its first season was pretty good. Philip Stevens, 45, bad choice of words. I don't mean Supes doesn't exist in Matt's universe, but I don't think he'd fit. I actually do think he'd fit. But I've always wanted to see a Dracula versus Batman live action movie since the Batman cartoon. Yeah, basically Superman would fit in that universe. He would just be powered down and be different. That's it. Bad Super, I watched June today. I really liked it. Have you seen, where are we? John, which Venom do you prefer? The one from Spider-Man 3 or Tom Hardy's? Tom Hardy's. Children, we'll look at not tripping. They're all comic characters. Got to stop trying to ground them so much as well. C.S. the director. Batman throws batarangs that weigh more than 2 pounds and are sharp. If anyone gets hit by that, they won't survive at high speed. Exactly. Marcus Walker. Brightburn is literally about if Superman was evil and slaughters people left, right, and centre. What drugs are these people on? Ha ha ha. Pure trolling. Brightburn is like watching Superman being a... Brightburn actually wasn't all that. It was a really overhyped movie. Trill J, yes, the director, yeah, but he's not real. See what I mean? But he's making the point about him being in the real world. He's not saying he's real. So I mean about people trying to twist the narrative to come on top. That's the problem. Just say, yeah, he would have to kill in the real world. Because what the guy's saying, Trill J, is facts, mate. Jude Default, where's my left comrade village? I don't know, he came in to say hello and then he left. Even he's had enough of the propaganda. Henrik, you know what's a good vampire movie? The one with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, Interview with a Vampire. Yes. And Bram Stoker's Dracula's awesome as well. Reno Jack, the fight scenes in the Batman are something straight out of the Arkham games, down to the part where you mistime the counter button and get hit yourself, lol. Yeah, really good. And look, so many people are happy with that film. And, you know, people trying to be negative and throwing the propaganda in there, there's no need for it. You like what you like. Let people enjoy this latest rendition of Batman. And going round in circles like robots doesn't mean you're getting the upper hand. John, did you enjoy Brightburn? It was okay, John. You know, James Gunn's name was attached after he was sacked from Disney. He was trying to get his name back in the industry. It's all right. It's not bad. It's not great. Marcus Walker, Reno Jack, spot on low. Trill-J, he doesn't have to kill in the real world. Here we go again. Here we go again. See what I mean? See what I mean? I'm not tripping here, right? Trill-J, he doesn't have to kill in the real world because he would have been caught. You really think they're not going to catch a guy out every night, fight large crowds? Yes, but Trill-J, I'm sure he would have at least killed one person by the time he got caught, right? He made a point. He made a valid point. You know he made a valid point. Just admit it and move on. June the 4th, Brightburn was classic. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Philip Stevens 45. The Batman was really good, and this is coming from a Zack Snyder fanboy, lol. Trill-J, but I agree that he might come into a situation where he may have to. Yes, that's all CS the director was saying, Trill-J. Thank you. Ronnie Todge, I love Harry Potter and DC to pieces, and I prefer Mads as Grindelwald. I haven't seen it yet, to be fair, but yeah, look, I think Johnny Depp's a great actor, and he didn't get enough time to shine, and what happened to him was wrong. Rating Booming, I think in Batman 3, Joker and Riddler will return. Yes, I think so too, Rating Booming. Jude the 4th, Madge Johnny, Ronnie Dodge. On this Amber and Johnny stuff, is they're both bad as each other? No one is innocent. Basically, Ronnie, I think they were taking lumps out of each other, as you say. But what's even worse, that these two have been fighting in legal courts for nearly a decade, as I read today on the Movies TV Mad Daily. I'm embarrassed for them. And I wish fans wouldn't take sides. It's so basic. Trill-J, ranked him. I hope they're not best friends. They will be. I kind of just want a regular Batman story. Don't want the Joker and Riddler war on No Man's Land. That's exactly what you're going to get. Philistines 45. I would love to see a Harry Potter prequel about Snape. That's what they should have done instead of Fantastic Beasts. That's what I've been saying, Philip Stevens 45. CS the director. Thank you, Mick. I rest my case. Trill-J, I always want more action to see what Batman was like in that first years and all his skills. I can't wait to rent the Batman next week. I really can't. I love watching stuff at home. Ronnie Dodge. With Patty being in London, I think Wonder Woman 3 is in pre-production, so I think we will get casting announcements soon for roles. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying I hate Wonder Woman 84. I'm just frustrated with the way she decided to go at it, the way she sacked Zack's VFX teams. It was wrong, and the result wasn't great. And she was lucky she was in the peak of the pandemic, and they could hide that the film wasn't very profitable. Ronnie Dodge, we're probably going to see a young Tom Riddle in the sequels to Fantastic Beasts sequels. That would be amazing. But you're calling it Fantastic Beasts. They should have just had the original, like, adults, right? Like the Potters at school. You know, all the characters that would have been at school in the early days. Do that. Snape, a kid at school. It could have been amazing. The Fantastic Beasts thing was never the right thing to do. And I never know why Joe decided to do that. John, favourite Harry Potter movie? Mine is Chamber of Secrets, and the last one. I like the third one. But they're all great. There's not a bad Harry Potter film. Trilogy, to be honest, COVID is hurting what all these films could really be. Trilogy, the film wouldn't have made a lot of money, I'm afraid. COVID or not. Racking, but maybe Joker and Riddler will come with Notch Impossible Mission for Batman, and maybe in finale they should betray each other. Maybe. Ronnie Dodge, yep, I agree, Mick. I just pray she has learned her lesson about the reception of Wonder Woman 84. I don't think these people do learn lessons. No, it's up to her, because her reputation with all the studios now since that film is absolute toast. June the 4th, oh, there are bad Potter films, Half-Blood Prince, I like it, and Deathly Hallows Part 1, I like it. Henrik, I love the Half-Blood Prince, the darkest of them, and so emotional. I often rewatch scenes from that movie. Ronnie Dodge, I need a live-action The Cursed Child with the original trio. Yeah, can we get it? That's the thing. Trilogy, I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about action. Also, Wonder Woman 84 could have been way better, like Why, Patty? John, I also enjoyed the Harry Potter movie with Robert Pattinson. Oh, that's the best one. The Goblet of Fire. What a fucking twist in the end. That was brutal. I was fucking tears at the end of that movie. Amazing. Philip Stevens, 45. My favourite is Order of the Phoenix. They're all good. I mean, some of them are more middling than others. I concede that. But I still love them all. Wow, 11 likes. Arguments work. And 11 views. We've got 31 votes. Will Discovery save the DC live action universe? Yes, 74%. No, 26%. Renault Jack, Goblet of Fire is tops for me. Yeah, I love it. And I'm kind of sad about it as well, because the kids are getting older. So they're not as adorable as they were in the early films. But it's great. It had that Smallville vibe, didn't it, the Harry Potter franchise? Kind of, Hermione is like Chloe Sullivan, Harry Potter is Clark Kent, you know, and then Ron's just Ron, he's just there, he's fun. But amazing. What Jo did with those books, sensational. But I think her strength is writing books and not screen stories. And really someone who's not scared of her should tell her that. Henrik, June the 4th, cool. I like the dark movies and the one with the feelings. Jude the 4th, don't you dare compare Smallville to Harry Potter. Lol. One is an average WB cheesy show. The other is a groundbreaking film series. Well, Smallville was a very groundbreaking series, my friend. It lit the blue touch paper, whether you want to admit it or not. Superman's been lighting the blue touch paper since it came out in comics in 1938, whether you like it or not. Siesta director Mick, what do you think of Brie Larson joining Fast 10? Well, Brie's not a very relevant person to me. Good luck to her. She's an Oscar winner, of course. But I don't think it's that interesting or exciting that Brie Larson is in a Fast movie. To be honest, I've never seen a Fast movie before. But, you know, it's not exactly... I mean, they got Ratcatcher 2 in that film as well. And, you know, I loved her in the Suicide Squad. But at the end of the day, who cares? And if you notice, they're adding more and more females to that story. Good luck, Fast and the Furious franchise fans. The CS director, Mick, what do you think? Oh, no. Trilogy, don't really see why we're all arguing over something that time has passed. Well, people are passionate about different things and they disagree and they argue. That's how life works, Trilogy. John, Doctor Strange 2 has been given a PG rating. PG-13, isn't it? Yeah. And this is why he got rid of the other director, because he wanted it to be a 15, right? This is the point that Scott Derrickson was making at that Comic-Con. Harry Potter films went the darker they got, exactly. And news channels here in the US were warning parents about how dark they were getting. Oh, good times, lol. Oh, really? Kids love Harry Potter. Rakim Buha, PG-13 rated. Yeah, news channels actually see people getting shot in real life, but Harry Potter's scary. Yeah, okay. George, Brie Larson should run away from that fast is done. Ronnie Dodge, Half-Blood is bloody sad with Dumbledore deaf, and to see him in Fantastic Beasts makes know what's coming is sad. Jude the Fourth, do you think there should be a scene in The Flash where Superman is passing a physical torch to the Flash, considering that is basically what's happening with the DCEU? Well, Superman looks like Jude. He's not going to be in the Flash movie anyway, so I think there'll be a version of Superman at the end of the movie. So that would be a nice idea, but it's not going to happen because it doesn't look like Superman's involved in the Flashpoint universe, or even at the beginning of the Flash movie. Henrik, you need to see 1-7. You can skip an 8 and 9. Rackman Bookie, did you like the Irishman movie? Yes, I did. Siesta director, people argue about anything like Mick said. People will fight because there's pineapple in pizza. Humans are difficult, lol. Yeah, but this is the internet, right? I could say I love pineapple on pizza, which I fucking do. Plus, pineapple is very good for you. And people will start a bloody argument. But I'm not passionate about that. So I wouldn't argue with anyone about that. It's fucking boring. Basic behaviour. Trill J, Jude, nah, Soups is done. I saw somewhere he's white when the movie is done. Henry Cavill's one is, but there will be a version of Superman in there. Trill J. But anyway, we will see what happens. But ultimately, let them do whatever the fuck they want. And if it's that bad, it's going to fail. So, Jude the Fourth, there's type of people, good people, evil people, and Snyder fans, lol. Live and let live, Jude. Live and let live. Ronnie Dodge, the perfect trilogy is Back to the Future. How it becomes a full circle. Robert Zemeckis is a genius. One thing's for sure. Robert Zemeckis is a genius. Philip Stevens, 45. Trill J, he's done in the Hamadaverse, not in the Snyderverse, lol. Well, I don't think Superman is done in the Hamadaverse. I think Cavill's Superman is probably done in the Hamadaverse. If Hamada keeps his job, by the way, it's so much uncertainty, we simply don't know. Wow. And nearly a solid 2 hours. I shall check my views and my subscribers. I think I may have lost a few subscribers tonight. But it was fun arguing. I enjoyed it. Georgia, I mean, Snyder fans are cool. It's the cult that gets on my nerves. Yeah, there's a difference, isn't there? Ronnie Dodge, I would love Robert Zemeckis to do a Flash movie. He was name was attached as a rumor before Andy joined. I think he would have turned it down. I think because they wanted to do a kind of Back to the Future theme to it. That's why they were trying to get it. I don't think Rob would ever do it. Jude the Fourth, the only Superman to have a moustache, CGO. What a tosser. Trill J, Philip Snyderverse. Sorry, Trill J, at Philip. Snyderverse is done. They're lying to you. Stop believing those Snyder YouTubers. They lie too much. Some of them do. But let the people have hope. John, Harry Potter had all the great actors in it. Bloody hell, yeah. Philip Stevens, 45. Imagine being Dan Radcliffe and the rest of them as kids, having those legends with them. Philip Stevens, 45. True, Jay, a lot of fandoms have their toxic groups, true, but we don't label others as cults. Kind of hypocritical, if you ask me. CS the director, stop labeling us as a cult. We appreciate Zack Snyder and his vision, but you all are in denial knowing that it will be restored and we got the Snyder Cut. If I say the Hamadaverse sucks, watch how everyone attacks. True. Yeah, I think Siesta Director, what they mean is there's a little members of the fandom who go too far. They're not saying the whole Snyderverse fandom's bad. Jude the Fourth, Emma Watson is a queen, a feminist queen. You were making fun of a woman's look the other day. You and feminists have no connection. And you can't keep on saying it's banter. You can't say you're a feminist and attack a woman's appearance. Trill J, I didn't call you all a cult. I'm talking about the toxic side of it because there are, sorry, but it's the truth. Philip Stevens, 45, Trill J, James Gunn made a bunch of suspect tweets about children and people defend him. How would defend those James Gunn tweets? That was sick. Listen, Philip Stevens, 45, I don't defend the tweets, but they were over 8 years old. The only reason they were dug up is because he was giving leftist propaganda and far-right people were trying to cancel him. But I don't believe he should have been sacked for those jokes. They were sick jokes. They were tasteless jokes. We know that, right? But you shouldn't lose your job over them, right? So I won't excuse what he said and did, but I think that him losing his job was too far. Reno Jack, Judy talking out of both sides of his mouth. Ratting boot. Will J.J. Abrams will do justice with Superman? What do you think? I don't know. I simply don't know. Trill J. Philip, is the topic about James Gunn though? No. Just take the truth. You'll have to have a toxic side. Oh dear. Ronnie Dodge, Wonder Woman will always be the best female superhero. She's about love, not slating men. Well, I agree, but I also think in general, she's one of the greatest superheroes, not just the female ones. Philistines 45, I get that, Mick, but my point is, if Zach had made those tweets, people wouldn't have forgiven Zach, yet they forgave Gunn. Listen, yeah, they would have loved for Zach to have done that, because it would have been another reason to cancel him. Zach would never do that, but I understand what you're saying. I suppose, yeah, I know, but we're kind of talking we're talking about the fandom, really, aren't we? Not all the fandom, but elements of the fandom. Trill J, and you'll have to understand back then was a different time. You could have more fun with jokes than you can now. Very, very true. As I say, I don't defend the jokes, right? But I wouldn't hang him for it. I wouldn't make the man unemployed over it. Trill J, Philip, it's life. Some people have more of a chance than others. True. Says the director, every fandom has toxicities. 2022. Let's just ignore it and respect everyone's opinion. Let's stay on topic and keep talking movies and TV. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, I agree. She's the goat of superheroes, and I love Gal plays her. I've met Gal briefly back in 2017. Lovely lady. Wow, lucky you. I hope you kept your hands to yourself. I love the way Gal's just married to a basic guy. He ain't famous. That says a lot about Gal. Trill J, this is entertaining. It has been entertaining tonight. I'm going to have to sign off in a minute. Henrik, who would win in a fight, Grace or John Campea? Oh, hello. Oh, God, I think Grace would. Henrik, who would win? Oh, no, that Jude the Fourth. Sister Director, I know what movie you have on right now, mate. Ratty Boomer, I really want to see a Batman movie directed by Sam Raimi. He'd love to do it. Where are we? I'm lost. Philip Stevens 45, Trill J. A toxic group from the MCU fandom bullied that little girl from Endgame. So why don't we call that group that did that a cult, sir? That's a very good point. Jude the Fourth, Grace. Trill J, I think Grace can win. John isn't a physical guy. Ronnie Dodge, I know that's what his wife keeps on telling me. Ronnie Dodge, I did keep my hands to myself. I was nervous, but so caring and lovely. They filmed the scene of Wonder Woman near where I live. Wow. Cool. She is a great Wonder Woman. I think under Zack Snyder, she's the best Wonder Woman. A bad super. I also want to see a Raimi Batman movie and also a Denis Villeneuve Batman movie. Unfortunately, right now, Batman belongs to Matt, so it's not going to happen, if ever. Hopefully, maybe one day. Trill J, Philip, because we're mainly a DC over here, so I stay more in that line. Yes, the director. Just don't start with me, bro. I'm not in the mood to joke, especially with you. Who are you talking? Oh, Jude. Oh, my God. Trill J, I need to. Oh, you see, I'm over my bad mood now. I forgive you, all of you. Trill J, I need 2 trilogies of that Matt Reeves first. I think you will get it. Ragni Bummer, Bat, super, great choice. Jude the Fourth, Sasha Calais is a better actress than Gal. It's going to be awkward with Gal playing the bigger character, but with minimal acting skills, lol. I think they're about the same level. Ronnie George, I saw MCU stands attacking the actress who plays America Chavez because she's not Latino enough. But there you go. Imagine being that kid. Imagine how disgusting that is. Do you remember they attacked Gal for not having big enough breasts? Do you remember that? Oh, she wasn't the right one. Disgusting. Disgusting. John, did you ever watch the Wonder Woman TV series from the 80s? Yeah. You know why I watched it, don't you? Trill J, Sasha Calais is fine. My goodness, I can't be Barry. Ronnie Dodge, and the actress is only 15. That's sick. Because people take fandoms too far. Because it's their life, right? It's people's lives, unfortunately. But we all have to calm down. We all have to take a step back in the end. Jude the Fourth. To be fair, Gal doesn't look anything like Wonder Woman. Well, she does now. She looks amazing. Now, maybe she's not copy and pasted from the comics, Jude, but she looks great. She's a great Wonder Woman. I'm happy with her as well. Trill J, Wonder Woman doesn't need too much sex appeal. She's a warrior. Well, listen, Gal Gadot is a stunning lady, but it's not about that. I'm glad. I would say Gal is beautiful, not sexy. She's an elegant, beautiful woman, but that's not what it's about. She doesn't have to be those things. She just has to be a great Wonder Woman. For the version of Wonder Woman she was created to be. And she's great at that. Nothing to do with sex appeal or looks. Philip Stevens, 45. Ronnie, yet they aren't labelled as a cult, lol. Ronnie Dodge, also Star Wars fans are worse than Snyder fans to be himself. Drove actress who played Rose off Instagram and Daisy Ridley. Yeah, and they drove George Lucas because of their hate for the prequels, which were awesome, to sell the company to Disney. Do you know what I mean? The legend George Lucas. Jude the Fourth, you lot was probably watching Wonder Woman 84 in theatres with tissues and a bottle of lotion, lol. Do you know what? I did cry in a little end bit of Wonder Woman. I thought Wonder Woman 84, I thought it was a little bit sad. Henrik, is this the longest stream yet? You should have a beer with you or water. Well, I'm not staying for much longer, I'm afraid. My energy levels are not that good. Ronnie Dodge, also, Gal is very tall. I mean, I'm only 5'6". I was a midget, lol. I think I could definitely measure up. I could definitely measure up. I'm quite tall. Trilja, you all have to understand these other fandoms don't claim their director much. Snyder fans literally speak in the name of their director. Look at that dude, Merck, on Twitter for Snyder. I'm not getting involved with this. I'm not. Siesta director, Mick, how many strikes does Jude the Fourth have on here now? Oh, he's passed. He's passed. He should be, the geezer should be in jail. He should be, but I'm going to tolerate him for now, as long as he's not rude, which he's not. But obviously his opinions are triggering, and I agree with that. Ronnie Dodge, I cried in the scene of Wonder Woman 84 when she let go of Steve, and also her speech to Max. Yeah, the speech to Maxwell Lord was amazing. See, as the director strikes. Alex, have you seen the new Fantastic Beasts film? I haven't yet. The thing is with me, I only go to the cinema for the big films. And I mean big films. Jude the Fourth, Siesta director, I take it you are a Snyder fan. I can tell. Oh, please, stop. Let's finish tonight's stream on a good note. Philip Stevens, 45, another great choice for Wonder Woman would have been Stephanie Commission's. Never heard of her. She's literally a spitting image, although I still love Gal. Gal's awesome. Jude the Fourth, you have that look. Jude, just think about what you say sometimes, please, right? Henrik, Siesta director, he had 4 strikes because he's the 4th. No more left. Trill J, Ronnie, I kind of was sad, but I kind of like Wonder Woman with a member of the JL. Not really into a regular guy having her. She's not regular. If we're being honest, let her have soups or bats. I know what you mean, but Steve Trevor is a big part of her in the comics as well. So it's important. I mean, Chris Pine said he ain't going to do it anymore. So obviously he's as pissed off about Wonder Woman 84 as we are. Ronnie Dodge, Gal is born to play Diana. Sorry, it's true. Sorry, lefties. Jude the Fourth, got it. John, you're going to watch Doctor Strange 2 in the cinema? Yes. Unless the reviews are really, really bad. Rakim, what about Justice League animation show soundtrack to using Justice League live action movie? That would be cool. Ronnie Dodge, Steve Trevor will always be Diana's love of her life, for sure. And Chris Pine played that character so well. The best version of him, of course, was in the first film. Ronnie Dodge, Jurassic World Dominion. I'm so pumped. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's not like my most anticipated thing, though. I'll be honest. Jude the Fourth, you know damn well the reviews would be bad. Disney owns the reviews. Yes, true. Trilogy, I don't know. Marvel just not hitting in the theatre for me right now. It's all DC. I think they're just as bad as each other right now. Henry, John, are you going to watch Sonic in the cinemas? Ragman Booing. Ronnie, me too. Ronnie Dodge, just to see the original trio again for the last time. Siesta director, one day how Steve Trevor will return in Wonder Woman 84. I'm sure they'll bring him back somehow, even as a cameo. He said he's not going to be in the next film. Rapid book. Sam Neill is a legend. He was in Omen 3. Do you remember him in Omen 3? Do you remember him in Dead Calm? Do you remember Nicole Kidman's in Dead Calm? Oh, yes. This has been Movies TV Mad Live. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. Henrik, later everyone, gonna play some Spider-Man on my PS4 Pro. Such a good game. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, Mick. The Black Adam prequel comics focuses on the JSA. Wow. Let's hope, as I said earlier, they actually released that. I'll talk about it tomorrow if I can find an article. Trill Philip, watch when Batgirl and Flash drop you all gone be mad. Alex, do you think Morbius would have done better if Eminem made a song for it? No. John, great live today. Thank you, John. Harris Selick, see you, Mick. Hope you're not still mad at me. It's all love. No, I'm over it. Come back again. Reno Jack, who wins in a fight? Judy or Bale in The Machinist? Reno Jack, who wins it? I don't know. Ronnie Dodge, Hulkman is the first sent you the article in a bit, mate. Thank you. I'll keep on retweeting it so I can read it tomorrow. Philip Stevens 45, Trill J, I want the Flash. Oh, wait. I'm lost. Philip, I want the Flash to be good, but I have no faith in race swap Batgirl. Sorry, lol. Oh, I like Batgirl. I love Leslie. Leslie's cool. Leave Leslie alone. Ronnie Dodge, take care, mate. Jude the Fourth, Chelsea FC. Trill J, I do Batgirl as Batgirl. I'm cool with it. She fine. Get active. The message is held for review. Henry, shut up, Jude. Can we just finish the stream on a good note? Come on. Right, I don't know what. Oh, I don't know why Mick is like Hawkman. Trill J and Emma laugh because you already think they've gone full Snyder back in the mix. Bat Super, Leslie Grace is a babe. She's a nice girl. She's a nice kid and she's talented. Philistines 45, and this is coming from a black guy myself, lol. Right, until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir. Alfie, the same. Thank you for a good live, an animated live. It's always great to keep it entertaining for everyone, and I enjoyed being involved with tonight's chat very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Until tomorrow, for tomorrow's Movies TV Mad Daily Live, and then the Movies TV Mad Live show in the evening. I'll see you later, because I'm knackered. I don't know about you. Time for some digestives and a cup of tea. Until tomorrow, goodbye. Reno Jack, peace, Mick. Peace to you as well. See you later. Thank you, everyone. It's been great.